Hello, folks, and welcome to another issue of Friday Night LAIKA. I'm Shar from the LAIKA team, and today we're going to be creating and solving a locked room mystery together with the geniuses Sherlock Holmes and Captain Nemo. So, of course, these are characters from books by Arthur Conan Doyle and Jules Verne. So we're going to be working with some brains that I've made. I've got a combination brain. Hey Petra, welcome. We've got a combination brain of the two of them together. I've also got a pure Sherlock brain and a pure 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea brain. So we're going to work with those three brains together today. We're going to create some characters. I already know what one of them is going to be called. Petra. Easy peasy. And while we wait for people to kind of join in and get started before we get moving, I have two pieces of news. Piece one is if you know anyone who might be interested in doing a little writing workshop, very similar if you've done before any of our experimental writing with AI workshops or our starting with LAIKA workshops, we're going to do one on the 27th of October as part of Intellect. And it's $10 because you can't make it free. So if you know anyone who would like to join in for that, it's going to be 2.5 hours, and we'll do about 5 different experiments where we'll work with AI and procedural generation to make things. So if you know anyone who might be interested in getting a start, who hasn't tried out any of this stuff yet, please send them that way. That would be wonderful. Thank you so much. And then my other piece of news for today is that we have a new brain. A new public brain, that is, and it is Bram Stoker's Dracula. So those of you who were here last week will remember, or not last week, the week before last, will remember that we worked with the Dracula brain and had a lot of fun with it. So I cleaned it up a little bit more and we made it public today. So if it's this like hot new reveal of the Dracula brain, he's ready for you to work with right now. So maybe we'll try a sentence or two. Hello, Kat, I believe that is you. Nice to see you. And yes, the link, I can send a link later on. In fact, I can't send the link right now because I'm not able to access the chat while I'm also streaming because I'm not technologically smart enough to do that. But it is on interintellect.com, and this is the thing. I will post a link on Twitter for sure when it gets closer to the time. So maybe we'll just say hello with the Dracula brain before we get going. And then we can move on from there. So let's see. I don't even know what we could say to Dracula. I suppose it's getting into Dracula season now. We're getting into spooky time. So we can go. That's okay, Mar. I know you're busy doing your work. Maybe we'll just ask Dracula something about Mar and what he's up to over there. So let's see, Martin, headed into the last task of the week, hoping for success, and let's see what Dracula thinks. And waiting till the sun should be high because the mares are not well. Oh my goodness, Mar. And the hope of action. But at all said and done, I could not help but feel a sort of dread. Okay. I'm trying not to let the scale of responsibility fall. Okay, this is all very, very good. I have great hopes for you, Mar, and what you're going to be able to do with the rest of your evening. But what we are going to be doing, now that I have both Petra and Kat here, is a good little coven of witches, the three of us, to get started with making our story. So the idea is that we're going to start off with a little bit of a story about how we got into this place. I'm going to change over to our more relevant brain. 20,000 Leagues Under Baker Street. And so we're going to start off with making starting off the little story, setting up the scene, and then we're going to make the characters, who by the way are us, and then we're going to have Sherlock Holmes and Captain Nemo come and figure out who the murderer is. So it could be any of us or it could be none of us, but we'll find out as we go along. So I'm going to get started. If you have any thoughts along the way of what we should be doing, or things we should be saying, or places we should go, please type away in the chat. You know that it is a little bit delayed, so I can be a little bit slow in seeing what it is that you're asking me to do, but I am totally ready for all input. Yes, the coven. The coven is here and ready to roll. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of scene setting. In this cold month of October, and how did we got? Well, I think we'll say that there was 4 of us and that 3 of us stay alive. So yes, that makes sense. We will have me, Kat, and Petra, and then somebody else. So let's see how this goes. In the cold month of October, the 4 of us gathered together at the isolated estate. What should our isolated estate be called? I'm going to take a sip and wait for an idea for the isolated country estate. I do wish Twitch was completely real time. I think I have an idea for who the 4th person is going to be, because every game I write has a character called Jimmy in it, so I think that the victim is going to be Jimmy. I don't think we should kill poor Mar today. We're going to kill Jimmy. Always be killing a Jimmy. That's what I say. Okay, I'm going to call this estate Farnham, because that's a very boring name that you could imagine a murder mystery happening in. And for what purpose, you ask? You may ask. You may indeed ask. And the reason is to settle the estate of our wealthy benefactor. Ugh, I can't type today. Who died, of course he died, and left everything to be split evenly amongst us. Very good, very good. I love it, Petra. Maybe next week we'll work on a little bit of a murder mystery and see what we can do there. Okay, so we have a wealthy benefactor, and you should think about now what your relationship to the wealthy benefactor is and type it in for me, so that when I get to you, we will have that already. Maybe you're a gardener, maybe you're his personal chef. I don't know what you are. You tell me what you are to our wealthy benefactor who died and left us with 1/4 of his fortune each. Okay. We arrived by carriage, of course, in the depths of night. Me. I'm going to give myself a more oldie-timey name for this, as I will also give to you. Sorry, Mar. Okay, wow, he has his own cook and his own baker. This is excellent. I love this. I wonder if he died of poisoning, the poor guy. He's not even our victim yet. He's just the person leaving us the money. Okay, so I'm Charlotta, the writer of our benefactor's memoirs. Bean factors. No. Really not getting the typing today. And then we will have, Katerina, his personal baker. Petra is already an excellent fancy name. So, oh, Katrina, you got it. Katrina. Petra, if you would prefer it to be something else, just let me know. We're still early. It's early days here. We can change all this. It's all good. Petra, his faithful chef. Were you a chef or a cook? I can't go up in the chat, but I'm going to imagine that you said chef. You're fine being you. Okay, good. His faithful chef. And of course, Lord Jimmy. His insufferable hunting partner. See, we all know. Oh, you're a cook, Petra. Yeah, you got it. Faithful cook. Okay. And Lord Jimmy, his insufferable hunting partner. Excellent. So we all took, so we're just getting there. We all took to our beds. Being a professional writer is all about typing and being an excellent typist. Before the clock struck 12. Being exhausted from our travels. Okay, so at this point, we should set up our characters. It does have to be a dark and stormy night. Very good point there, Kat. Can we say that? Where will we put that in? Before us gathered together at the estate of Farnham on a dark and stormy night. Excellent. Mandatory. So now, oh no, I have lost being able to see what we're up to. Oh no, this is not good. Oh no. Oh no. Mar, I wonder if you can see. Sorry about this, folks. I'm just gonna see if I can bring up my screen again. I just lost it. Having a little bit of second screen problems here. So just give me a moment if you're even still there. And apologies for the delay. My second screen is sometimes a little bit shady. Okay, we're here. Whew. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, and apologies for that. But here we are with our cliche of the dark and the stormy night. And now let's make our characters. So we know who we are, but let's see what if we can find any special traits about us. So let's start off with me, Charlotta, the writer of our benefactor's memoirs. Okay, and see what we have to mess with here. Oh, that's good, Kat. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so my success is because of the kindness of a stranger. I think this is very, very clear. Because our benefactor is helping me out. I'm a gallant financier and communicative philanthropist. Dream of writing a great novel, and a neighbour saved the life of a loved one. Okay. Very good, very good. Let's see what we have for Katrina. Oh, good point, Petra, with the chat window. I have to scroll it up so that you can see each one. So Katrina once performed clerical duties for a forgotten deity, I guess that's supposed to be. An angelic bartender that adores mercies, a kleptomaniac. Interesting. I wonder if that's going to come into the story. Thinks outside the box, forms innovative connections, and is an excellent problem solver. Okay. So that's our Katrina. Let's see what we have for Petra. So just grab Petra, the faithful cook. And magic. And let's scroll so you can see Petra when Petra arrives. Modest and unassuming, loyal, responsive to praise and criticism, a dutiful dietitian that impresses sacrifices, and lives on a desert island. Well, I'm very interested in how you can be an effective personal cook to our wealthy benefactor while you live on a desert island. But perhaps there is something in that we will find out. And then lastly, our friend, shall we say, Lord Jimmy, who is far from our friend, but mayhap has something interesting going on. Can we see Lord Jimmy here somewhere? A desert island. I love it. Okay. Jimmy, a meddlesome surveyor, a quiver of red and black fletched arrows. Oh, interesting. I wonder if that's going to be how Jimmy dies. Loses their temper and can be reckless, impulsive, and hedonistic. All of this checks out. This all checks out for Lord Jimmy. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Okay. So we have our Jimmy, we have our Petra, we have our Katrina, and we have our Charlotta. So if we need anything, any kind of content to talk about with these characters, we can go back and have a look at them. I'm going to keep Jimmy up on the top because I think Jimmy's going to meet a short end pretty soon. Let's see. Okay. So we took to our beds before the clock struck 12, being exhausted from our travels. And let's just pop in, let's just get a bit of a flavor text in here, perhaps from our 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And it's probably going to be quite contexty, so I know we usually start off these by talking about the kind of context of the different brains. This is almost definitely going to reference the sea in some way, but let's see if it gives us just a little bit of a hint of something interesting to take into the next space. Here we go. Okay. I slept with the 2 Canadian women. Wow. This is a lot going on there. I don't think we want to bring Captain Nemo in yet. Ocean, animals, boat, a coast guard. Too much going on. Boat. Okay. There's a lot going on. There's too much going on. What can you take anything from one of these things? That does sound like a Columbo Epmar. Okay, this is not working for me. I'm going to do Lit by Our Lantern. I'm just going to take Lit by Our Lantern and make something with it. Sometimes that's all you can do. Sometimes that's all you get. I stayed awake to read a while. Lit by our lantern. And in the night, I thought I heard a strange sound. But then sleep overtook me. Okay, that's all I got. And I might just make that an italic. Okay, so here we are. We've got our lovely characters. We're stabbing him with an arrow. I think people can be stabbed with an arrow. I mean, I bet Jimmy's arrows are really good. I bet he has like really powerful arrows. He is the hunting partner, the insufferable hunting partner of our main guy, our wealthy benefactor. But I digress. While you guys plot the murder of which we are about to be accused, I shall move on with the tale. In the morning, I guess we planned to meet for breakfast. I would definitely plan to meet you guys for breakfast if we were staying in the same house, for sure. In the dining hall. But only 3 of us showed up. Lord Jimmy was missing. We awaited him for an hour and then sent the butler. Yeah, let's have a butler. What should the butler be called? Red and black herring. Maybe the butler is Martin. Since you're here, Mar, I think we're going to bring you in. So you can be the butler. We'll call you Mar. It sounds more exotic. I thought the butler Mar. And then sent the butler Mar up to fetch him. Okay. Marmar returned. Wide of eye and pale of face, although it's hard for Marmar to actually be pale of face, but you know, it's kind of a well, that's a good point, Mar. You could be. I'm going to change pale of face to hollow of face since I've never seen you actually pale. Um, and you know, don't incriminate yourself just yet. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. He told us that Lord Jimmy was dead. Dead. Stabbed with one of his own arrows. Okay, I think it's time we start getting a little bit more AI into the story. Because we need to get some stuff going on. So let's introduce our actual characters who are coming to figure out what happened in this room. So, in all the kerfuffle, we didn't even hear. Oops. We didn't even hear the arrival of the two strangers. They strode in, bickering, before introducing themselves. As Sherlock Holmes and Captain Nemo. So let's see. Let's get some business going on here. I think my Verne and Doyle brain is ready to try some stuff out. I also love that you guys are figuring out what happened, or not even figuring out, plotting, literally plotting to kill. When I was hoping or expecting that you were all going to be shocked and horrified to be accused of the murder. And yet, no, delighted. Oh my God, the Canadians again. We have these Canadians again. Okay, this looks weird. I'm not super into this one. The Canadian again. Okay. Okay, this one looks like the one we're going to have to go for. But maybe we will change the prisoner to the victim. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't really want him to still be alive. Man on board is a good eye for sharks. Okay, I'm gonna use this one here because I don't like that one about him being still alive, because he has to kind of be dead in order for this to be a murder mystery. Okay, not getting much out of this one. Not getting much out of this one just yet, but we will. We will. We're gonna get some stuff out because it's time for the questioning to begin. Although I wonder if we need to know how Sherlock Holmes and Captain Nemo know our wealthy benefactor before we start actually bringing that stuff in. He shook his head. Maybe we do. Maybe we need to know. So, Katrina piped up and asked the pair how they knew our wealthy benefactor. I love how we just always call him our wealthy benefactor. That's his only personality trait. He's our wealthy benefactor. Let's see if this gives us anything. Back to the Canadian. There's definitely something going on with the Canadian. I wonder if Lord Jimmy is a Canadian. Okay. I like Captain Nemo shrugging his shoulders. Okay, Captain Nemo shrugged his shoulders, and I mean, I don't think Captain Nemo is Canadian, so I'm going to take out the Canadian and just put and looked across at his companion. And then say Sherlock turned to me. And maybe we'll just use the actual Sherlock brain here since we're using Sherlock's voice. See, oh, if I can find Sherlock's brain. Here we go. I have too many brains now. Too many brains. Maybe we did murder the benefactor as well. Maybe Jimmy murdered the benefactor. Told us that he knew our benefactor. Stay in Europe, maybe? From his bank. Okay, that's kind of good. Okay, I think we'll go with the bank. He knew our benefactor from his bank, and that he had been placed in charge of the estate's affairs. Okay, so I think it's time to question us. It's definitely time to question us. So I think we're going to question Katrina first. So let's get on to a new paragraph. We had way more paragraphs today than usual. So, Sherlock. First questioned Katrina. And are we still on the Sherlock brain? Yes. And oh, interesting. Consent for us, okay. And asked her if she'd heard of anyone in the court who'd ever been ordered to pay money. And okay, this is the one. And then laughed heartily at the singular story which she had told him. My God, said he. What a lady. We thought that a strange thing to say about our venerable baking friend. But even stranger was what he said after questioning Petra. My God, my God, my God, I am so frightened. Oh boy, what have you done, Petra? Okay, it's gotta be this one. It's gotta be this one. My God, my God, my God. I am so frightened. I am so frightened. Let the police come to me. So we have found a case in which Sherlock Holmes wants the police to come because he is so afraid of speaking with a suspect. Interesting. What did you tell him, Petra? What did you say? After he gained his composure, Sherlock then interrogated me. There's no doubt as to what my reason was. Oh no, this doesn't sound good. This sounds like I might be... Oh, he's still in fear? Oh, I'm quite a good girl. Sherlock said I'm a good girl, guys. Cool. I was made a witness of the truth. Okay, I don't know if I like being a witness of the truth. I'm kind of into him still being afraid, in great fear. And I could see from his eyes that he was in great fear. Okay, I'm going to take out this part here. I think we should double down on Sherlock's fear. I wonder if... Could it be that there has been some cahoots going on? Perhaps there's been some cahoots. He said, and narrowed his eyes. he went to talk with Captain Nemo. Nemo had been questioning, actually also interrogating. I mean, it's really quizzing, let's say. Quizzing the poor hapless Marmar, who was, and now let's go back to the Nemo brain, since we're working with Nemo again. Oh, he's up here, 20,000 leagues. Marmar, who was tick-tock, wheeling on his heel. That sounds like something Marmar would do. Great agitation. Okay. Looking at him with an implacable hate in his eyes. Okay, obviously that's the winner. Implacable hate wins every time. He was looking at him with an implacable hate in his eyes. Okay, can make this a bit smaller and and move on. Marmar glowered and spoke loudly, saying, oh wow, okay, this one. We'll take out Monsieur Arna because he's not really in our story yet, but he is talking to Captain Nemo, so I really like, I know that you've studied all the secrets of the sea, but I can tell that you have learned nothing of terrestrial life. You have nothing to complain of here. None of this concerns you. Captain Nemo furrowed his brow, his ample brow. Can a brow be ample? Sure, why not? Captain Nemo furrowed his ample brow and turned to talk to Sherlock Holmes. They argued intensely about the clues they had gathered. Okay, we're getting a little bit long on the page here. They argued intensely about the clues they had gathered as to the identity of the murderer. And I think we should probably bring in some of our character traits here. So let's have a look. Well, Jimmy is dead. Poor Jimmy. Killed by his own arrow. Stabbed by his own arrow. Petra. Modest and unassuming. Lives on the desert island. Petra was certainly terrifying. Katrina. Well, what did Katrina... Katrina told a funny story, or certainly a story that made Sherlock laugh. I wonder if her story was about being the kleptomaniac, or if her story was about the clerical duties for a forgotten deity, or about being a bartender. I think it's kind of a combo of the kleptomaniac and the clerical duties for a forgotten deity, because, let's just say that Katrina's character situation is totally true and completely legitimate. Katrina's story, Katrina had told a story about stealing her baking powers from the gods themselves. So, not normal. And what have I done? Have I done anything weird? Baking powers or baking powders? And Charlotta. Let's see. I'm a financier. I mean, why am I a financier, if that's even how you pronounce that word, and a philanthropist, in addition to just writing memoirs for some random dude? Mm, and I'm jovial. I don't know. There's something very sus about me, I think. There's something very, very sus. Charlotta had taken this job despite having incredible wealth. Incredible wealth. Incredible wealth. And Marmar was clearly antagonistic. Okay. Oh, an uncle, or he's the kind stranger. Oh, I like that he was maybe the neighbor, yeah. He could be the neighbor who saved the life of a loved one, and that's why I'm writing the memoirs for him. But I wonder if Sherlock and Nemo would care about that. Okay, does anyone have any more clues to offer here, to add in? Is there anything about Jimmy and who he is and how he's worked before we start asking who the actual killer is? From our options. A lot of good content here in the questioning space. Okay, I'm gonna choose the brain that is the two of them together, because they're gonna work together for this last part. Vernon Doyle, a poison cocktail. That's a nice idea, Kat. I think we might send them in that direction. Marmor was clearly antagonistic, although he was taking great pains to conceal the leftover remains of last night's dinner and the dirtied, half-emptied wine glasses. Okay, let's see if they have anything useful to say here, what Sherlock and Nemo have to say about any of this. And Nemo. Made a deduction. And spoke. And told everyone who the murderer was. The powerful partner of the official police of Holland. A purveyance boy from Newfoundland. Again, the Canadians. A boy of 18 years of age. Clean shaven, with a bright future before him. One of the king's friends. Okay, so help me choose. Is it going to be this powerful partner of the official police of Holland? Is it going to be the boy of 18 years of age, who could be Marmar? He is the butler here. He is also the only boy. Or one of the king's friends. I await your verdicts, because then we will see where it goes from there. Had a bright future, now doesn't, due to Jimmy. But yeah, I mean, there was the poisoning and the stabbing, right? Okay, so let's go for the boy. A purveyance boy, whatever the hell a purveyance boy is. from Newfoundland, a boy of 18 years of age, clean-shaven, with a bright future before him. So bright that he could not let Lord Jimmy Well, why did he kill Lord Jimmy? Excuse me. Lord Jimmy knew. Danke, Petra. Okay, but Lord Jimmy knew that Marmar planned to steal the hunting equipment along with his kleptomaniac friend, Katrina. This could not stand. We were aghast, astounded even. But Petra still had a question. Who stabbed Lord Jimmy? No, I can't scroll down the page. We have a problem. But I can tell you what's happening. The question was not extinguished, okay? Or these words came to me. Okay, I like that, I like that. Oh, that's a nice idea, Kat. Oh, you're such a genius. Look at that. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to make this. I meant to alternate. I meant to alternate this one. Oh no, something weird going on. It's putting the alternation down at the bottom. Isn't that weird, Mar? Look at this beautiful bug we found. I'm going to get rid of everything and try and see if it can work now. Oh, a young woman. The answer came slowly. A horror seized me. Oh, I like the answer coming slowly and horror seizing me. I think it's better than a young woman. Okay. The answer came slowly. I felt the horror that seized me. It was this thought that came into my head the first time I saw that Sherlock Holmes and Captain Nemo had taken the matter up. He said to me, he has already shown his hand. I think that means that you, Mar, I think you poisoned him and then you stabbed him. You're the he. And you did show your hand. And so I think your friend Katrina was going to steal the hunting equipment with you, but you were the one who did the killing. Boy, boy, boy. At this, the police that Sherlock had begged for during Petra's questioning arrived. Questioning arrived. They arrested Marmar. And let's see what the end happens here. They arrested Marmar. Okay, I think this is good. They arrested Marmar and referred their evidence to the chief constable. And I think we can change the I to a we. We have had no news from him since then. But Katrina is certainly looking very fetching in her new hunting attire. And Finn. Maybe I can put in another paragraph or two. I was doing good with the paragraphs up at the top. Okay, let's put one in here. So we had the questioning, and then the arguing, and then the deducing, and then the end, the arrest. All right, so I'm feeling pretty happy with this. We have our little characters here, and we have our lovely story, and I think it works pretty well. I don't think we need to read it again from the start, but I don't know, maybe we should. Maybe we should just do a little read through. What do you think? One go. And just see how it feels as an actual story. I think it works. Okay, I'm gonna read it. We never do this. So let's give it a go. In this cold month of October, the four of us gathered together at the isolated estate of Farnham on a dark and stormy night. For what purpose, you may ask? To settle the estate of our wealthy benefactor who died and left everything to be split evenly amongst us. We arrived by carriage in the depths of night. Me, Charlotta, the writer of our benefactor's memoirs. Katrina, his personal baker. Petra, his faithful cook. And of course, Lord Jimmy, his insufferable hunting partner. We all took to our beds before the clock struck 12, being exhausted from our travels. I stayed awake to read a while, lit by our lantern, and in the night I thought I heard a strange sound. But then sleep overtook me. In the morning, we planned to meet for breakfast in the dining hall, but only 3 of us showed up. Lord Jimmy was missing. We awaited him an hour, then sent a butler, Marmar, up to fetch him. Marmar returned, wide of eye and hollow of face. He told us that Lord Jimmy was dead. Dead! Stabbed with one of his own arrows. In all the kerfuffle, we didn't even hear the arrival of the 2 strangers. They strode in, bickering, before introducing themselves as Sherlock Holmes and Captain Nemo. Sherlock spoke. I am glad that we have come. His companion shook his head. Katrina piped up and asked the pair how they knew our wealthy benefactor. Captain Nemo shrugged his shoulders and looked across at his companion. Sherlock told us that he knew our benefactor from his bank, and that he had been placed in charge of the estate's affairs. Sherlock first questioned Katrina, and then laughed heartily at the singular story which she had told him. My God, said he, what a lady! We thought that a strange thing to say about our venerable baking friend, but even stranger was what he said after questioning Petra. My God, my God, my God, I am so frightened, I am so frightened. Let the police come to me. After he gained his composure, Sherlock then interrogated me, and I could see from his eyes that he was in great fear. He said, and narrowed his eyes. He went to talk with Captain Nemo. Nemo had been quizzing the poor, helpless Marmar, who was looking at him with an implacable hate in his eyes. Marmar glowered and spoke loudly, saying, I know that you have studied all the secrets of the sea, but I can tell that you have learned nothing of terrestrial life. You have nothing to complain of here. None of this concerns you. Captain Nemo furrowed his ample brow and turned to talk to Sherlock Holmes. They argued intensely about the clues they had gathered as to the identity of the murderer. Petra was certainly terrifying. Katrina had told him a story about stealing her baking powers from the gods themselves, so not normal. Charlotta had taken this job despite having incredible wealth, and Marmar was clearly antagonistic, although he was taking great pains to conceal the leftover remains of last night's dinner and the dirtied, half-emptied wine glasses. Sherlock and Nemo made a deduction, and told everyone who the murderer was. It was Marmar, a purveyance boy from Newfoundland, a boy of 18 years of age, clean-shaven, with a bright future before him. But Lord Jimmy knew that Marmar planned to steal the hunting equipment, along with his kleptomaniac friend Katrina. This could not stand. Marmar poisoned him. We didn't actually mention the poisoning in the actual story. We were aghast, astounded even, but Petra still had a question. Marmar poisoned him, but who stabbed Lord Jimmy? The answer came slowly. I felt the horror that seized me. It was this thought that came into my head the first time that I saw that Sherlock Holmes and Captain Nemo had taken the matter up. He said to me, "He has already shown his hand." At this, the police that Sherlock had begged for during Petra's questioning arrived. They arrested Marmar and referred their evidence to the chief constable. We have had no news from him since then, but Katrina is certainly looking very fetching in her new hunting attire. Well, that is our story for today. Thank you so much, folks. This was really great. I will send you a copy of the story. And oh yeah, Petra's backstory on a desert island. I like that we have that idea. I think we will do that. I'll find something good to do with the cook on the desert island. We can definitely do a desert island. Maybe the island of Dr. Moreau, since we're all in this Jules Verne mode at the moment. But oh, very nice question, Kat. Yes, let's do an image. Let me pull up my Discord. And we will get our mid-journey rolling. Okay, so inside of our Imagine, and you can see I was making the image here for the event yesterday. Yes, I love that we have a book cover. I'm really into that too. But what is the piece that we want to use? Which bit will give us the right shape? What is the most interesting moment? What do you think? I kind of like Katrina looking very fetching in her new hunting attire. while Marmar is dragged away. I'm kind of into that. What do you think? Yes. Let's do it. Okay. I'm just gonna make it easy on Midjourney to remove some of the spaces a bit. Looking great in hunting clothes, just to make it more clear. While police drag a man away. Victorian photograph. Colorized. Oh, red and black. Red and black shades. Okay, let's see what that gives us. Oh, waiting to start. Okay. Okay, 18% in. I love watching Midjourney as it like coalesces the image together. You always think, oh, this is nothing. It's just a little weird shape. And then it really comes together and it gives us something. Oh, wow. There's kind of... Do you know what's really weird about this image, guys? It extremely looks like Katrina is a Mountie. And perhaps this is the Canadian who has been talked about all the way through the story that we kept trying to delete. And now here's the Canadian back again, looking great in the hunting clothes. But which of these is the right one? Or is it more one of them looks kind of right but not perfect? I think the fourth one, but a variance of the fourth one maybe. But if you let me know what you think, I can make sure we get whatever you think is right. But yeah, Canadians, man. The Canadians were strong in this story. This is really interesting. This what I don't know what's going on here with this hunting attire. Okay, this one looks very creepy. This the first of the fourth. Okay, let's see what we get for those ones as well. We can choose. So again, I'm really sorry. There's definitely a lag on what I see in the chat. A little bit late. So if you mention to me not just which of the four, but also which of the two that I've done in 4 options, this one here. Wow, that's incredibly scary. Look at this one on the bottom right. It's very horrifying. Okay, you like this third one? Oh, you like this one? Yeah. Okay, well, let's get some variants on that one too. But this one actually, the weird thing is, Kat, that this one actually kind of looks like you, which is very interesting. This one here in the upper right has a slight hint of you. Yes, this one looks like something out of like Marilyn Manson's Beautiful People music video or something. Okay, look at this. I'm sorry, this is the one. This is amazing. Look at this face. Okay, these are very, very creepy. Okay, but this is good, huh? That's poor Marmar being taken away by the cops while you look great in your new hunting clothes. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. So I'll get this one into full space, full shape, and then we'll be good. 95%. It's so fast now. It's so much faster than it used to be. Okay, yeah, this is beautiful. Your eye is a little strange, but it's glorious. Katrina. Majestic. Absolutely majestic. Okay, I will send the story and the picture to you folks right now. And anyone else who wants it, just reach out, let me know. I'm going to pop this up on YouTube on Monday. I put everything on YouTube on Monday mornings. So if you need anything else, let me know. And if you have any ideas for what you'd like to do for future Friday Night Laikas, let me know. Definitely onto this desert island, the desert island Petra Cook. So we will definitely do that one. Don't worry. But if you have any other thoughts on something you'd really like to try, or a story type you'd like to try, or anything at all, just let me know and we can do that. And thanks so much for being here. This was great fun. Love kicking off the weekend with a bit of Friday Night Laika. Yes, thank you, Mar. You let us, you write us a letter from jail. Very good. And thanks so much, folks. And yeah, and a last reminder, don't worry, Petra. We will be told what you're doing on Desert Island by the AI, and then we'll figure it out. So, and just a reminder, if you know anyone at all who might like to do a workshop, we're going to do a workshop for 2.5 hours on Thursday, October 27th. It's not for you, Petra and Kat, because you guys know all this stuff already, but for any people who might watch this on Twitch playback or on YouTube, if you'd like to join along, just come on by, Interintellect. Okay, so thanks so much, folks, and I will see you all later. Bye.